to stay on topic of Rich Homie Quan, I've been keeping in touch with the whole YSL Young Thug case, right? And within that, like, you can't mention Rich Homie Quan without mentioning Young Thug. It's just almost like really impossible to do. Like, if you mention Rich Homie Quan, then Young Thug is right there with him because they kind of came up together, right? Me personally, I was introduced to them almost, at the same time. So it's unfortunate how in life, sometimes the people we start with aren't the people who we finish with. And for Rich Homie Quan, that may have been his fall off, because a lot of people didn't understand what happened to Rich Homie Quan. But I started paying more attention to Rich Homie Quan when he did the interview with DJ Academics, right? If you guys ever get the time, you guys go check that out. But I'm going to give y'all a summary of what the interview was basically. Rich Homie Quan popped out as soon as Young Thug got hit with the whole RICO thing. He started being more active. Like, this was the most time like we seen Rich Homie Quan ever. He felt like now is the time to strike while the iron is hot, as they say, right? Now is the time. So he popped out, started doing interviews. He in there talking to DJ Academics, and he's telling Academics, yo, man, so many people left my side when me and Young Thug had a split. And some of you guys out there, y'all may not understand, like, what was the split. Like, why did they have to separate? So from my understanding and my research about it, Rich Homie Quan was in business with Donovan Thomas. And if you guys are familiar with the YSL case, then you guys would know that the prosecution, aka the state, is trying to allege that Young Thug and his supposed gang, YSL, had Donovan Thomas shot. And they basically was in charge of, him losing his life. Right? So, imagine being Rich Homie Quan and being locked in homies and friends with the person that is being accused in the streets and by the cops of taking out the person that put you in a better position. Someone that probably backed you, put money behind you, co-signed you, made sure your studio time was paid for, all of that. So that was the position that Rich Homie Quan was in. Rich Homie Quan was in the position of, do I stay locked in with my homie? Or do I show loyalty to the guy that put me in position? And from the looks of things, it seems like Rich Homie Quan didn't fully pick a side. He didn't go left. He didn't go right. Look, Rich Homie Quan tried his best to stay neutral. But we all know the streets are toxic. So there is no neutrality in the streets. You either rocking with us or you rocking with them. And I believe right there, that was the downfall of Rich Homie Quan. He didn't choose to get involved into the beef. He didn't choose to get involved in picking a side and then understanding that once I pick this side that these people are ops. He opted out of the street violence and his career suffered because of it. It's really that simple, bro. Like, bro was not trying to die about some nonsense. Imagine getting all the money, all the fame, all the accolades, all the recognition, and then your past or your past environment is trying to bring you back down to where you once were. And you thinking in your brain like, yo, what are y'all doing? And I believe that's what Rich Homie Quan was on at that time, y'all. Rich Homie Quan wasn't on that type of timing, man. He was smart enough to realize that this whole situation is dumb. We made it out. Everybody has money now. Even if it wasn't tens of millions, everybody had way more money at that point than what they started off with. So we got that going on. So with him not picking the side of I'm riding with Thug, now people in the city of Atlanta is looking at Rich Homie Quan like, well, if you're not riding with Thug and Thug is ascending, then we can't help you no more. We can't stand by you. We can't push your records. We can't play it on the radio. So now his support is gone. Do you guys want to know what happened to Rich Homie Quan? Well, that's it right there. Some street stuff went down. He didn't get involved. He tried to stay neutral. He got pushed to the side, and everybody that controlled the music industry decided not to stand by Rich Homie Quan. It wasn't the fact that Rich Homie Quan's music talent got worse. Like, no. He still was talented. He still was able to make great music. The music that everybody loved. He still had that. But what he lacked was the proper support. And support is everything inside the music industry.